Good morning, good evening and good afternoon, ladies and gents, and welcome back to Men of War Assault Squad 2, and of course welcome back to a cheats mod tutorial. Now there still seems to be some confusion over certain things within cheats mod, so I'm just going to go over them and see if I can try and solve them for people. I have a little notepad on the on my other screen to remind me of what I need to go through, and I'm going to try and keep this as quick as simple as I possibly can and not make it the 20-minute video that the other one ended up being. So I'm going to go through activating the mod, basics of how to use it. I'm not going to go through the complexities of what every single unit and every single button does like I did in the last video. How to add it to custom missions, because people still seem to be confused about that. If it says wrong game version, then I'm going to solve that as well. The most requested features, mods that do and don't work with it, and how mods are compatible with each other and how they're not compatible with each other, and things that we want to do and things that we can't do. So without further ado, let's get into activating the mod. So first things first, you want to come to the Men of War Assault Squad 2 workshop. Just type in cheatsmod to the search bar, which will be around back here somewhere, and it will come up. It's also, if you press on the top rated of all time or most popular of all time, it will also come up on the first page there. I can't believe we nearly have 40,000 subscribers to this mod. That's absolutely crazy. So what you want to do is you want to come onto this page. This button here will say subscribe. It won't say the green subscribe to the tick like I have, because I already have the mod. All you want to do is press that. It will come up like that with subscribed and the tick, and you'll get a little download bar that comes up here. If your downloads are on automatically, that will download this just under 5 megabyte file. It's very, very important that you don't have the game running while you're doing this, because if you have the game running, it won't load. You can't just press subscribe, wait for it to download, and then tab back into the game. That's not how this game works. Some other games work with modification like that. It's not how Men of War Assault Squad 2 works. You have to be out of the game, wait for it to download, then launch the game, and it should say mounting resources at the start of the game, and that is mounting the mod onto the game. So back into the menu of Men of War Assault Squad 2, so after you have pressed subscribed and waited for the mod to download, launch up your game again, wait till you get back to the main menu. As long as you don't have any mods loaded, the screen should just be like this with vanilla AS2. You want to go with the options. Now when you open up options, most of the time it will come up like this with the video tab open. So what you want to do is go across to the mods tab. Now these tabs might take a while to load if you have a lot of mods like me. Now you have nothing activated. You might already have mods here. If you're playing vanilla, then you will have nothing here at all. You want to scroll down until you find the cheats mod. As I said, I have a lot of mods. You want to click on cheats mod as long as it is in black and highlighted and not like this and grayed out. You can press cheats mod, move it over, and just press apply, and it will, as long as cheats mod is there and it's moved across the activated column, you can press apply and it will load up cheats mod, and in just a second you will get cheats mod down here. The mod is now loaded. That's all you need to do. Now, just to point something out, and this is one of our most requested features and something that we get asked all the time, I'm going to go ahead and load ROBZ realism mod, because people are constantly saying that ROBZ realism mod does not work with cheats mod. Yes, it does. I use it regularly. It has worked since the first day that I downloaded cheatsmod, and it continues to work. So right now you'll see I'm in the menu. I have ROBZ realism mod loaded and cheatsmod. Okay, very simple. So we're going to hop into a mission and I will show you the very basics of how to use it and where everything is. So we are loaded into the US campaign on the mission Carentown. This is one of my favourite single player missions, and I just spawned in a load of guys using cheatsmod. Spawn in another lot of infantry. Doesn't matter what country it's from, I can use... Oh, thank you for attacking. I can use... As I was saying, I can use German infantry with Japanese infantry with American tanks. The game does not care because it's all assigned to the same player. Now, I've been seeing a lot of people saying that units run out of ammunition. So, I sent these units into a gunfight, and I'm now going to solve that problem, okay? Now, quite done? Now, this deploy ammo, okay, this comes down on a parachute, okay? Now, that, unfortunately, doesn't resupply troops because it's only explosives. It's not actual ammunition. What you need to do is go into the tanks, go to the BTR menu, and get this. It will be different for each country. And because we're using ROBZ, I'll just give you a quick demonstration. Okay, in this rifle does not use this ammo because this is generic vanilla ammo. ROBZ Realism uses different type of ammunition. You'll see this is just a rifle ammo clip, okay, of 25 rounds. If you hover over the gun, it uses a 5-round 7.7 times 58mm clip, okay? It does not use this ammunition, and that will be the same for every single gun. Generic SMG ammo uses different ammo, okay? That's the reason why they run out of ammunition, is because they're not loaded with the ROBZ ammunition, okay? Now, the way to solve that is to spawn in an ammo truck, have you guys dragged over here. You're not helping here, guys. Have you guys dragged over here, and you will see they get very slowly resupplied. Now, it's probably not helping that I'm using the wrong country's ammo truck. So if I drag these Japanese troops that have no ammo at all over to here, you will see they get given the correct ammunition. That's all you have to do. They're not being helpful here, are they? The problem with ROBZ Realism is that this guy has the engagement range to get over there. The normal Men of War engagement range is probably about that distance, okay? So you'll be engaging over massive distance. For some reason my enemy textures are quite broken, which is why I'm staying away from them. And unfortunately I can't stop the AI from firing, which is very frustrating at the moment. But that is how you solve the ammo bug. You get to the country of the infantry that you spawned in, and you go to the BTR menu of the vehicles, and you spawn in their ammo truck. There's a different one for each country, and they have different ammunition. So you see, if I sent the Japanese troops to the American one, or the German one, or the Soviet one, it wouldn't work. It has to be the same country. Unfortunately, these are only light ammunition. They're not heavy ammunition resupplies. So unfortunately, at the moment, you can't resupply artillery pieces and armoured vehicles because they require heavy ammunition. Now, before this goes into a further gunfight, because it seems like the enemy is set on free movement, I'm going to go into my next things, which is how I got this to work, which is very, very simple. So, we're into my Men of War Assault Squad 2 mod directory, and this is just a folder within the main directory. If you download anything from the Steam Workshop, it will create this mods directory. What you want to do is go all the way down to ROBZ Realism mod, and I've gone past it. There we are, ROBZ Realism mod. Now, the thing with ROBZ is it doesn't just add data to the campaign missions. It has its own campaign mission data, okay? So you go into resources folder. Now, this is a perfect setup for how I want to explain it. In here, there was a WinRAR file or 7-zip file or whatever software you're using for compressed files. There was a file, a WinRAR file here called map. Now, if there is one of those, you need to open it up, pull everything out of that map file, compressed file, and it will usually just have a, I'll show you this one, it will usually just have a folder within it called map. So you'll have map.pack and then map folder. You literally need to click on that and drag it back out to a directory, overwrite anything that comes up with the same files, and then delete that WinRAR or 7-zip file. Okay, you must delete that. If you don't delete that, regardless of what edits you make to this folder, the game will read off of this file, not this folder. Okay, so you want to go into the map file. You want to go to single, USA, quarantine, and you will have all of these files. All of these files, ignore. Don't worry about them at all. You find this one, the .mi file, which will usually have a 0 on it. You open that up, go all the way down to the bottom, and you add in this. Include /map/cheatsmod/cheats.mi, close brackets, okay? And you want to add that before this last bracket. If you add it after the last bracket, it will not work. And then very simply, file, save, you're done. Go back into the mission and it will work, okay? It's the same for any custom missions as well. The example I like to use is the first Panzer mod because I have done it already. Same thing goes for it. First Panzer mod, resource, map, single, their missions, .mi, 0 file, scroll all the way down to the bottom, and it is there before the last bracket. It's very simple. That's all you have to do to add it to custom missions and to be able to use it for ROBZ on campaign as well. If you want to use ROBZ and cheatsmod for custom missions, all you have to do is add this custom code to the mission file and have ROBZ running at the same time, and they will both work. You don't need to add anything to ROBZ unless you are playing the standard vanilla campaign. Now, on to our most requested features. Our most requested features are to have it cheatsmod in multiplayer and to have it in skirmish, okay? We can't do that, okay? That's one of the things we can't do. It's not our choice. It's physically impossible. The way the game is set up, you cannot do it, okay? You have seen already that to include cheatsmod into a mission, you need that .mi file, that mission file. Multiplayer maps and skirmish maps do not have that file, because what that file is telling the map what to spawn onto the map. So in missions, there's pre-designated units and vehicles and stuff already spawned onto the map. There is things telling the game what reinforcements to bring in at what time. Multiplayer games and skirmish games do not have that, because the players that are playing in the multiplayer games spawn their own units. You decide what units you bring on. It's not predetermined. That's why there's no mission file, and that's why you cannot use cheatsmod in multiplayer. It will not work. Same goes for skirmish. You're playing, you pick 2 countries, you're playing against an AI, there is no mission file. So that's why cheatsmod will not work in multiplayer or skirmish. It's not our choice, it's the way the game's set up. Please stop asking about it, because there's nothing we can do. We can't make it work, okay? Simple as. Now, when it comes to mods that are compatible and mods that aren't compatible with cheatsmod, it's not so much mods that aren't compatible with cheatsmod itself, it's when you're trying to run massive amounts of mods together. So, for a perfect example, if I go into my mods folder, I will load up cheatsmod and I will load up 2 mods that both affect the accuracy and distance that units can fire and shoot. So I'm going to load up Valor, which is the complete overhaul mod, and I'm going to load up cheatsmod along with ROBZ Realism, and I will explain to you why it doesn't work when you have 2 mods that change the same data. The game just won't have it. And the problem with AS2 is when you have two mods running that the game doesn't like, it won't tell you that it doesn't like them, it will just crash. Okay? That's its way of solving its problems. It doesn't really try and solve its problem, it just crashes. Okay? So if your game crashes, you know you've got something loaded that isn't compatible with something else. So it actually turns out that I don't have Valor anymore. So I've loaded one of my other favourite complete overhaul mods, which is GSM Fields of Honor, or the German Soldier mod. Now, these two mods are not compatible because this changes pretty much everything in the game, and this changes the accuracy and distance that units can fire and how much health they have and how much damage that rounds do. So these two mods are not compatible. You cannot run them alongside each other. So there you go. The game has crashed because there has been two mods that are trying to change the same file. So once again, any questions, just leave them in the comment section down below and I'll get back to you as quickly as possibly can. It's usually within a couple of hours. The longest can be about a day, but I check my YouTube channel every 6 to 12 hours ish. So yeah, leave your comments down below and I will see them within a day maximum. As always, thank you very much for watching. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. And make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see further Men of War Assault Squad 2 videos. And also coming out on Wednesday will be my Yet Untitled series with Adrian SW. Link in the description to his channel. Go check him out. He is a lot more active than I am and makes some awesome content. So I will see you on Wednesday for that. And as always, stay awesome.